A reunion between two estranged sisters gets cut short by the rise of flesh-possessing demons, thrusting them into a primal battle for survival as they faced the most nightmarish version of family imaginable.
I like that. I like
Bam.
that. Stop
They
playing.
know what
See,
they doing.
bro, we've gotten another really good synopsis, bro. Those are
Mario,
two good synopses.
what were you doing?
Just
were
a
you
one
doing?
sentence. Bowser wants to star. That was it. That's all he said. It was like, all
Bruh.
right, cool, bro. That's all right. We'll take it.
It's just Peaches, Jack
peaches,
Black.
peaches. Yeah.
That's literally what this not Peaches, Jack Black.
Which, by the way, can get nominated for an Oscar, so it's gonna happen.
Heck yeah, it's happening.
You're gonna make it happen, bro. Stop playing. But yeah, no, man. Evil Dead Rise. Brayden hasn't seen any of the other Evil Dead movies. I've seen the remake and a little bit of the first one. But Evil Dead 2 is like the go-to for the Evil Dead movies. People love it. It's like a comedy almost, which is weird. No, not almost. It literally is a comedy. Really slapstick.
The
So
game
yeah,
is
man,
so
we're
good too.
yeah.
Did we play
yeah.
the game together?
We definitely did not play the game together.
No. I played it with one of my other friends.
That's you.
Good game.
Yeah.
Good game.
So yeah, man, it's a pretty consistent franchise. A lot of people love every single film from the franchise. There's no really bad duds. They're fun horror movies that are super gory and super bloody, which is not really my type. Like I said, I watched the remake a while ago. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was okay. It was kind of just it's an Evil Dead movie. And this movie, you could tell. We'll get into it when I get in my cons and pros and stuff, but this was definitely a follow up to the 2013 Evil Dead movie for sure, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, no, fun film, fun franchise. I just kind of want to let you guys know what our experience with the franchise is before we kind of start talking about this movie. We're still pretty new to it, but I do want to get to those films. Definitely experimenting.
I do too, and all the research I've been doing on it, like it's weird to say, like on paper. Evil Dead is like arguably the best horror franchise of all time. Like they just like the ratings they have consistently. I don't know why. Like the fans love the films every single time. I'm not saying I don't know why. I've never seen them, but like it's just crazy. I never really knew about it.
And we're gonna be talking about that too. Our last segment for the pod is gonna be our horror franchises, top 5 horror franchises. Yeah. So you guys will hear our thoughts on that. Maybe Evil Dead might make it. I don't know.
Who knows?
You guys you will know in about an hour and a half. But yeah, man, here we go. Evil Dead Rise. I'll go give my little 30-second summary on it. I think you went last time, Brayden. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a fun film. This is definitely an Evil Dead movie. I had definitely had expectations going into it. My expectations changed once I watched the 2013 remake. But I got what I wanted, and I got what I expected. And it was just a fun Evil Dead movie. Gory. Great kills, blood everywhere, gory, great kills, blood everywhere. That's what it is. That's what this film is. Fun though, a lot of good stuff in here. I did like the story that they try to bring into it in this film. That was kind of a standout compared to some of the other kind of gory movies. They try to really push forward a narrative here and a story, which I kind of liked, and the characters they try to. They tried with them for sure, and I think overall the acting was really solid and just a fun film overall. So it was just a really consistent good film. There was not a lot of cons to it, but there was nothing standoutish in a way. That was big. You know what I mean? It was just a solid horror movie for me.
I totally agree. It was definitely like a refreshing horror movie. I feel like over the last few years we haven't seen a film like this, especially probably for the big gore factor. But that's what Evil Dead is. It's like a whole bunch of just rip and go kills nonstop, action packed, but in like the scariest way. I also agree. Like, I had expectations. Do I think it met them? No, but I expected a lot from this movie. So like, I understand, but great characters. I think, going into my pros later, the two leading ladies, they did an amazing job. The kids even were fine. I'll get later to somebody who annoyed me a little bit.
Oh my god! Let me open the door. Let me open the door.
I'm gonna smack the kid. No, I'm just kidding.
Just do it.
Whoa. Yeah, no, man. But the gore was awesome. The kills were dope, and the acting was phenomenal. Like that's I think where my expectation was let down. I loved the scaring. I wish there was just a little bit more of like that genuine fear factor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I loved it. I loved it so much. They did it so good.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's probably in your cons or something. So we'll get to that. Never mind. I'll expand on that later. I'll shut
Yeah,
up.
we'll expand on that later.
I'll stop it.
We'll stop it there.
But no, man. Yeah, that's a really solid little summary, man. I think we have a lot of the same feel in this movie as well.
Hmm.
But I think there's some differences. I
Hmm.
think there's a little bit, just a little bit.
Let's
So
hop
let's go
into
in.
it.
Let's do it. Let's start with cons, man. There's not a lot of cons in this movie for me at all.
Hmm.
Because I don't think they really try to go for more than what it was, if that makes sense. This movie, and we talk about this a lot, Brayden. I love when movies know what they are, and this movie knew what it was, and it didn't try to experiment too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It knew it was an Evil Dead movie where it relies on gore and kills. That's
Yeah.
what it is. And they tried a little bit of experimentation with the characters and stuff, but overall, it's just a Evil Dead movie. But yeah, man. And that kind of goes into my first con for me, which is it's a very common Evil Dead first act. It really a very common Evil Dead structure with the first,
Hmm.
second, and third act. It's like, oh, they got the book. They accidentally get blood on the book, a lot more blood than
Yeah.
should fall on the book, whatever happened, whether it's the paper cut from the remake, which is so stupid, and the amount of blood that went on it, or I forgot, or he pricked himself on the little teeth or whatever on the
The
thing.
teeth. Yeah.
And so much blood came out, and it's all of a sudden gone on his hand. It's like blood should be still coming out. I don't know.
Yep.
It made no sense. But once again, it's an Evil Dead movie. So that happens, and then someone gets possessed, and then the monster, and then they figure out that it's in alliance with the book, and then it's almost the same structure for me with like all the Evil Dead. It's just like, I don't know. There's no uniqueness to it, but once again, it knew what it was. So there's some negatives that come with that. You know what I mean? If a movie knows what it is,
It's like a
it's gonna follow
double-edged
those horror
sword right
tropes.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's
Because
gonna be
like
nothing.
I bet you fans of the franchise enjoy that factor, but people like us who kind of just go for the movie just to see it how it is,
Right, right.
you kind of see the repetitiveness of it, and I can see where it can be a negative.
You're 100% right. It was funny too. Like we'll look at like Halloween, right? I love the Halloween 2018 movie, but it was pretty much Halloween 1978. Just
Yeah.
it's a little bit different.
See, yeah,
But
yeah,
like I go for Halloween because I love the franchise. So
yeah.
you're 100% right, dude. Since we're not really big fans of the franchise, we haven't seen the entire franchise yet. Like you said, we're going for the movie alone. And that
Yeah.
can just be so. That's why it's not really a big con for me. It's just something
It's just
that
kind of like there.
yeah.
It's like, why'd you do it?
Yeah.
It's not like a bad thing. It's like, why?
Why?
You could have
What'd you
done
do, bro?
something else,
Just do something different,
something more interesting.
But no, I'm with you there, bro, 100%. Yeah, so that's just one thing that kind of got me was it was just a common Evil Dead movie. So I'll
I
let you
totally
go
agree
next.
with that.
Yeah,
No, yeah. I mean, I think for me, I agree. I really don't have too many cons. Maybe only like one or two, but that was kind of one of them. I kind of just like final summarize that. I agree. I felt like they could have done something more unique. Like we've already seen the book before, you know what I mean, with and like the dagger and all that. And it's just like it had to be a book again. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And exactly like you said, like I thought the same thing when he pricked his finger. I was like, dude, one, it should have been like a drop. Two, this kid's hand would still be gushing. Like,
yeah,
chill out.
yeah,
And you know what I mean? It almost kind of felt like you said, like the Evil Dead movie. You know what I mean? So they in one light they accomplished that, and then another light I can see why people like us were like, they did something different.
yeah,
But I think my biggest con is like, and this is maybe like why the whole Evil Dead thing. Like I wanted to be a little bit scarier. Like I wanted more because when they played into that genuine fear, it was phenomenal. Like when those scary scenes happened, I was like, holy crap. Like I'm sitting here like breathing on the edge of my seat. I'm like, oh God,
yeah,
no, dude. And I love when movies do that. And it's just it sucked that I wish it played a little bit. They focused a little bit more on that killing gore side than they did with that true horror. And
yeah,
that, like we
yeah,
talked about, goes with that Evil Dead vibe. So I understand. But for me, I built this expectation that it was like going to be terrifying. It was going to be different from the rest of the franchise. You know what I mean? So it's like we shot our shot. We didn't miss the target completely. We just didn't get the bullseye. You know what I mean?
We got on the board.
We got
That's
on
what
the
it was.
board.
Just not a
We got on the
bullseye. You know
board.
what I mean? Yeah, got
We got
on
on the
there, bro.
board though.
They had the chum. They had enough
They had
chum.
the
Just
chum.
not
They
all the
did.
chum. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They had the chum
But
they needed.
yeah, but I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I
No,
just
I
felt
agree with you.
like even like the mom, man, she probably was my favorite character.
Yeah,
And like her moments were so good when the demon came out, and I just wish like they did that a little bit more.
yeah, yeah. Hone in
Even
on the
with the
good stuff
daughter
is what you're
scene.
saying.
Even
Well,
with the dog, oh my God. Keep going. Keep going. I got
No,
one
no, no,
more
no, no,
con.
no,
That's
no,
it.
no. That's my next con too. So look at us. So no, literally, is my next con. But no, what you're saying is you wish that they would have, instead of trying to do what they feel like they needed to do because it is an Evil Dead movie and they feel like they need to hit all the points.
Do what
They
they
should
could
have
have
they should
done.
have they should have zoomed in more on the stuff that was intriguing in this particular entry. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
So stop
Yeah.
focusing on what you think you need to do and just focus on what's working for this film. Because this is a very different film than the other Evil Dead movies. Like I said, I
Yeah.
haven't seen all of them, but I know what each movie's about and what it goes for. I know pretty much how the movies go. I'm just saying I haven't seen them like on screen play out. Um, what was the point I'm getting to? I just totally had a brain fart. Ah, dang it, bro.
Playing into the actual fear instead of like doing what it thought I had to be.
Yeah, but I was gonna say something. I totally forgot. But no, you're right. Like that's pretty much what I'm saying. Is it just I felt like you needed to hit all the different points instead of just that's what I was saying. It's a very different movie. We haven't seen a movie like this where it's like the family and like this isolated apartment. You know what I mean? Because it's
been a
really
while.
hard to do. Yeah, no, seriously.
like
There's not another
pre-COVID
Evil
type
Dead
thing.
movie like that. That's what I'm saying. So it's really weird. And it kind of gives off that quarantine feel, which I love. And if this movie would have been released in 2021, 2020, it would be a slam hit.
Banger.
I mean, it would be wild. But I think that's what they're going for, and it worked really well. But it was a very unique thing. I wish it would have kind of leaned more into the uniqueness of it instead of just trying to make it more of an Evil Dead movie than its own thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what threw me off. But
Let's hear your next con. My last con, but I think we can talk about this one.
the daughter,
The daughter.
the young daughter, the young
The
kid,
annoying
the annoying
kid.
bro. I mean,
Maybe you did a good job. I don't know the actress. Maybe she did a good job. Maybe that was your point. Maybe
Oh
you're supposed
no,
to be the annoying little
she
kid.
did a great job. That's what the character was supposed to be. But God, I can't stand it. I mean, it was like, dude, me and Brayden, every time she would open her mouth, bro, she would say the most annoying or do the most annoying things in the world. Like,
Dude,
it's already bad enough when you're watching a horror movie when like teenagers
like,
go
your
into it, they
mother's
go toward the
eyes.
noise.
your mother's eyes are white and blood is pouring out of her mouth. She's like, open the door for mommy and daddy. Daddy's gone. Daddy has been gone.
She just killed like 6 people outside your door. You know what I mean? There's a dead kid. You killed a kid outside the door.
Kid outside the door. And you're like, let's debate with this. Let's let her in. That's my mom. She wouldn't hurt me. She killed everyone else. Practically shot my other siblings. But not me.
You saw her hang
Yeah, man.
like Spider-Man and off the roof. Like the ceiling. I don't know what's like that's not even just the only point. There's multiple instances throughout this movie where me and Brayden and Sean, we all looked at each other and we're like, what is happening?
Why?
Like
Yeah.
what is going on? Why?
That scene where she unlocks the door is like the utmost climax of her atrocity.
It's so stupid. Like,
Yeah,
and
it
I
is.
understand you gotta. It's another way to get. Kids are gonna be stupid, especially when you're like 5. You don't know what's going
Yeah.
on. It's your mom, but like,
She was an intelligent kid. She goes, "You're gonna be a good mom one day, Auntie. Why? Because you're good at lying to kids." What the
so
fuck?
you're
What a
okay.
genius.
That's a good point. That is a
He's
really
little
good point.
genius.
That's a really good point, actually. You're
And then
100%
you go
right.
and do that.
Don't try to make it intelligent when it does. You're right. You're 100% right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It just stresses me out even talking about it, dude. She was like I said, it's hard enough watching horror movies when like like a noise or something is in the basement. Like, hey, let's go check it out. Let's go see what it is. And they go down in the
you're like,
basement.
Nobody would do that.
Yeah, like, what are you doing, dude? But and you have this girl, and she like I don't know, it just got really annoying. And like I said,
it was
that
too
wasn't even
much.
the only instance. She did it throughout the entire film, and then
It
even
was-
her little remarks and stuff. Like it was like just stop. You know what I mean? But that I wrote down annoying characters plural because they're like even the other even all the really all the kids were annoying. I couldn't stand the
said the
son.
same
Couldn't stand
thing.
both daughters. They were just annoying.
Yeah.
Like I wanted
liked
to
her
focus
better
on the
when
good
she was
characters.
demented. I
Dude,
like her better when she was possessed.
She was actually really good possessed. I'm not gonna lie, she killed it.
Exactly.
That
Like,
actress did really good.
The son, he wasn't annoying, but it's just like
He was
literally
bland.
straight up says it. He's his fault. The whole thing was his fault.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
literally admits it. It's like,
Yeah.
okay. Well, now we see what the problem with the film is.
I just didn't care. You know what I mean? Like that was his
Yeah.
problem. He wasn't annoying. I just didn't care for him. Like it's like okay,
Right?
cool.
Oh, you fucked up.
Yeah. Wasn't the biggest fan of him.
Yeah.
Wasn't really a big fan of any of the kids. I love the main two ladies though, which we'll get to in a little bit. But like
crushed it.
then they go from their awesome storyline that I'm intrigued in and right to the kids but I'll talk about it in a little bit what I was wanting to get to. But yeah, no, that was probably my second biggest con. And then I don't think you have any more cons, but
Yeah, that was my last con.
my last big con actually kind of goes with the character thing. I wish it would have spent more time with the characters. Like I loved the story of the relationship between the two sisters.
We know
And I felt
nothing
like
about it. I
right,
agree.
right.
We
Why
know
not dive into
nothing
that?
about it. Like they're talking about since this happened, you haven't called me since then. They tell you, oh, I've been on the road. She's pregnant. Who's the dad? Like I had so many questions and they never got answered.
No,
I think that's the big thing for me. It's like even if there's small things, but why did you do it? Why did you even
yeah,
make her pregnant if you're never gonna like
really
is the
dive
baby
into it.
fine?
Yeah,
Because they almost killed it at one point and it
yeah.
didn't happen. So like
I got two souls to feed on. That was a pretty good line. I like that.
yeah, it was cool. That
That
was
was
so
nice.
cool.
Just go.
But yeah, I feel like I had questions that were just really left unanswered.
Oh, there's a ton of them, and really it was there was. I wish they would have spent time with the kids as well. We might have appreciated them a little bit more. Maybe the son would have been cool, because he played a big part in it. But like you said, man, their relationship was so awesome, and there were so many questions regarding, her life as was she the drummer or whatever, the singer. What was going on with the
Yeah.
baby? What went on when she wasn't there for her sister. There's
Where's
so
the
many things
dad?
there. Where's the dad? There's so many things there that I think was super interesting. And they also they talk about their childhood a lot and their childhood relationship and friendship. Like, give us. Give us. They already gave us some scenes on one. I think we had two scenes where they were talking one on one. Maybe even just one after those kids went and got pizza, right? Why not give us two more scenes of that? Give us an extra 10 minutes of explaining this stuff and we'd be okay.
I know
This is
sounds
only an
stupid,
hour and
bro.
30-minute movie.
But if I drop the box of pizza, I'm picking it right back up. Like it doesn't have to
Oh
go
my dude.
dude, that annoyed me so bad. That
Everybody.
and the girl, I literally looked at you. I'm like, she's gonna drop all the drinks. Why would you
Yep.
give the drinks to the fucking 4-year-old?
The annoying one too. The one
Dude.
that doesn't know what she's doing apparently. She's intelligent, but
Bro,
I don't
and they
know,
have
bro.
like 4 or 5 boxes of pizza. Drop them on the floor, and
they're a
like,
little bit messed up. Or
You dropped
one or
the
two pieces
pizza.
might have moved an inch. Oh, I can't have it
You
anymore.
dropped the pizza? Did it fall out of the box?
No.
So you just wasted like $60 mine.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I'm-
3
you know what I
pizzas?
mean?
3.
Bring the pizzas.
Large.
Stupid.
Probably double
Maybe
stuffed
it's
crust.
a stupid thing to complain about, but bring the pizzas. Bring the pizzas. Bring
That
the
really
pizzas.
made me mad. I couldn't. I really seriously.
Dude, I
was-
know. That's why I had to say
I was
something.
pissed.
It actually infuriated me. I was like, why would you do that? Pick it up.
So now they died
how
with
to
an
eat
empty
it.
stomach. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. That really bothered me. One thing I really did like when it came to the characters though, and this kind of we'll just kind of go into our pros with this, is like the little side characters we had.
Oh, yeah.
The was it
The old man
the
with the
Jesus
shotgun.
kid, the Christian guy,
Yeah.
the guy with the shotgun. They were cool. I actually really enjoyed them. But
I
I
wanted
don't
more
think
of them.
I wanted a little bit more, but I think they were meant to just be these kind of characters
The hallway
obviously that you
people.
just
Yeah.
they just erase and kill off quickly. But I think if we maybe just a little bit more. It would
Yeah.
be nicer.
Like an extra scene.
Yeah, just a little bit. Cause I thought the guy with the gun was creepy at first. Remember that first scene with him?
I would, because all you see, like I just wish they didn't
What's
kill
your
them
name?
all in the same scene. Like
Yeah.
everybody got slaughtered in one fucking
Yeah.
moment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It would have been cool to have like one of them like open the door almost and have someone try and come in and
Yeah.
like realize the mom's like sprinting and like they can't. That you know what I mean? Something
Yeah.
they could have done something cool with that.
I'm with you. Yeah, no, something would have been, and like I said, the shotgun guy was just creepy. I thought you could have maybe done
Yeah.
something with that. Maybe made him a bad guy. Just because like
Yeah.
like I said, he was just like, it's nice to meet you. Like just the way he kind of like his tone, his rhythm was kind of off putting. I don't know.
Yeah.
They could have done
No,
something
I
like
totally
that.
agree.
Um,
Even him being like a selfish character, like he's the one who escapes.
Right, like yeah,
tries to escape or
like
something.
Night of the Living Dead type stuff, where it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that'd been awesome. I would have loved that. Where there's like these character, these personalities that kind of come to a head. That would have been really cool. I would have liked that. These egos, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I guess we'll just kind of go into our pros too, with the character thing. Dude, what's her name? I have it right here. Alyssa Sutherland, dude. Oh my god, killed it as the mom. When she was
Fire.
possessed the entire movie, she was incredible. I mean, she is the movie.
Really?
She-
No,
she's
I
the movie.
100% agree.
She's the movie.
And the aunt brought a very powerful performance, and she was like the best choice. But
Yeah.
they could have replaced her, and like the movie would have still been just as not just as good, but like man, like the
Uh,
mom really was the movie.
mm, she,
She
I mean,
brought every
unreal.
aspect of fear to her character. She, I feel like, made everyone's performances even better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at
Yeah.
certain points, she made me almost like the little girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, but yeah, no, man. She one of my favorite horror movie performances I've ever seen. 100%.
Oh yeah, no, it was one of the best performances I've seen this year when it comes to
Yeah,
movies, for sure. Top three, top five.
yeah.
And people don't understand how hard that is to do, man. Going from just this innocent lady to being this evil entity, this demon, like that's not
Mhm.
easy, bro. And also like it's totally different. So, I love that. I thought her range was phenomenal. I thought her line delivery was really good. The writing, I think, dialogue wise, was really solid.
Right?
And yeah, I had a really good time with it. So good job to her. And yeah, the aunt was incredible. Just the acting in general, I really really enjoyed. I thought
Solid
everybody like
movie.
there was no moments where I cringed. Like, and
Yeah, where
in
I
a
was
horror
like, damn, these
movie,
guys suck.
right, yeah, and like
Right?
in a horror movie, like a modern horror movie, that happens a lot. There's dialogue issues. There's acting,
That was
the line
cheesy.
delivery. There's might be some cheesy stuff, but this movie didn't have that. It
No,
was
I
consistent.
100% agree.
So I
Very
like that.
smooth. Very smooth.
Yeah. What'd you think about the
Polished
acting
very well.
yourself?
No, I definitely agree. Even the kids, like as annoying as they were, like they played kids. I bet you they're not annoying like that in real life. You know what I
No,
mean?
no, 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 no.
So, I definitely think the mom, the aunt led the movie, but
Yeah.
the kids, like I think the daughter, the oldest daughter, was probably my favorite kid. Like just when she turned paranormal, dude,
Yeah.
phenomenal. Like when
Yeah.
she was like looking up at like the side and then like turns around like that, like I was like, oh god, dude.
She was incredible. No, and nothing too is just the cinematography, the shot selection. I really enjoyed. I thought the
Yes.
cinematography was beautiful.
And that's what
It,
can make
it,
or break a horror movie sometimes. Good
yeah.
cinematography, man.
Well, especially Evil Dead movie. Sam Raimi was the guy. Sam Raimi. This is what really launched his career as a
Yeah.
horror guy. I believe was the first Evil Dead movie. And man, you could just almost feel his presence throughout this film with the shots. There were so many good, like the editing was beautiful through the keyhole. You know what I mean? It was probably one of my favorite sequences,
Hmm.
or even kind of playing around with shadows and lighting. It was really well done. I thought the cinematography and the directing style was beautiful, and the editing was really solid. There's one shot I wasn't a fan of when the lady was running and it was like attached to her like shoulder or something like that. Remember that shot?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
think
like
so.
that. It was almost like when they attach like a camera to a car, like a
Hmm.
review
Almost feels
mirror
like a
on a
GoPro
car.
type thing.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It felt
But not like found footage type. I get what you're
no.
saying. It's like an
Yeah,
in between.
it was really weird. I wasn't a fan of that shot at all. You could tell they were just trying to experiment and like it was one of those things that probably looked really good on paper. You know what I mean? And then
Hmm.
when they did it, like, oh, it works.
Or like you ever have like you do this stuff where you think in the moment it's good, or like even a self tape. Like I've had self tapes where I've like took me a while. I did. I'm like, damn, that was the one. I've gone back the next day. I'm like, holy, why did I submit that? I'm
Why?
terrible.
Yeah.
So like maybe in the moment it was like a long day. They're like, dude, that shot's fire. And then like watching the whole sequence back, it was probably like
And
it's already in there.
it might
It's
work for
already in
some
there.
people. It might
Yeah,
work for some people,
exactly.
just not for me.
I know what you're talking
It
about.
kind of it threw me off. I remember I think I even said audibly I was like what was that? What are they going for
Yeah.
there? But yeah, no, the cinematography overall was
What was
gorgeous
that,
though.
bro?
What are you doing, man?
What the
Um,
heck, bro?
you got another pro, bro? Before I go into some of
Heck
my
yeah,
cons.
man.
So,
No, yeah, I was gonna say one of my pros is actually like a lot of the gore factor. Like we haven't seen a
yeah,
movie that brought that much gore in a while, and it was like the aspect of the gore is like I liked the element that nobody was safe. Like we watched a kid get slaughtered, watched the old man with
yes,
a gun get slaughtered. We
yeah.
watched people die in different ways, you know, and not even just the gore. I feel like it's the whole horror effect. It was the elevator crashing, the building basically collapsing, like the earthquake, quote unquote, like all of this entity of like evil just possessing this whole movie is what really I feel like keeps everybody so in check and in tune the whole time. But man, like even the ending, like when it's the mom versus the aunt and like they do the wood chipper scene, like I think you even made a joke about a wood chipper or something like that. Somebody made a joke
I
to me
no,
about a wood chipper.
I said at the beginning of the movie, I'm like, yeah, someone's gonna die in there.
Yeah, no, yeah,
I saw it.
yeah.
I was like, bro, I thought it was gonna be, one of the side characters, like the guy with the
Like the
shotgun
guy,
and then the
yeah.
Christian guy, because I didn't think they were gonna kill the kids. I did not see that coming at all. And that's actually one of my
Yeah,
pros, the
yeah.
fact that nobody was safe when
Yeah, yeah.
the son, got, what was it? What happened to the son? He got stabbed in like the shoulder
So
and the
he got
neck, right?
stabbed in the arm, like the bicep, and then she stabbed him in like the shoulder neck area, like up here.
Oh wait, hold up, wait. I think, oh, my thing's kind
Oh.
of frozen on my side. Hold up, let me see, make sure everything's
Dee,
okay.
dee, dee, dee.
Okay, now we're back. Yeah, he got
I'm frozen.
stabbed a couple times. Yeah,
Yeah, she
yeah, I think
stabbed him like
so.
the arm and in the neck, and then
Yeah,
I think he just like bled out or died from that.
yeah,
But
wild stuff.
wild
Wild.
stuff.
Um, yeah, dude. I mean, the fact that nobody was safe. Like like I said, I had no idea that. I thought that's what I was
Well, when we
worried
saw her
about
chasing
too.
the kid, you and me both like I feel like almost like looked at each other like there's no way.
Yeah, no,
Like in the
yeah,
hallway, she's like
yeah,
chasing that kid. I'm like,
yeah.
nah. And then
What
all you see is this little carcass. I was like, what the
crazy? Oh, yeah, in the hallway, the little
Yeah, I
kid,
was
he
like,
gets hit
that was
against the
the first
wall.
like kid death, and I was
Yeah,
like, what
bro.
the hell?
No, and that
I
was
was
a
like, they're
little
not
kid.
holding back.
He was like
Yeah, that
6.
was the little kid.
Yeah, that wild, bro. And
I was not
I
expecting
as bad
that.
as that sounds, I loved it because that shows that a horror movie finally has guts to just go
Yeah,
crazy. And
yeah.
I was listening to some reviews, man, before this, and a lot of them people were saying that they wish they had more comedy because it was so aggressive. But I feel like that would just take away.
Take away. I
I
feel
feel
like there's
like
enough comedy.
that too. I feel like there was plenty of comedy. And we don't need any more.
Yeah,
I think
it's a horror movie.
it's a horror. That's what I'm saying. Everybody wants comedy in movies now, bro. And Evil Dead movies, they have comedy in them, so maybe that's why they're wanting a little bit more.
Yeah,
But no, a lot of them are saying because of the kid factor, it was just a little too much to take in. Maybe because their parents, you know what I mean, and that might hurt them a little bit seeing kids. But
I
like,
mean, like,
it's a
let's
movie,
be
bro.
realists. If you were in that situation with your children, do you think you'd be laughing at any point? No,
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 nothing is funny. Nothing
no.
is funny
It's
about that whole
which is
situation.
why it felt real. It felt real, dude. These
Yes.
kids dying, and as bad as it sounds, I would have rather kept the son rather than the young daughter.
Oh
I
my
think
God,
that'd have been a pretty
yeah.
impactful death.
And I think
Can't
it would have
stand
been
her.
almost more metaphoric with him surviving and stuff, having caused everything.
Right,
Or I don't know, something. You know what I
possibly,
mean? Yeah.
possibly. Yeah, no, I'm with you, but I think in the Evil Dead movies, the person that usually causes it, Ash might have caused it in the OGs, but I know what in the remake, the guy that caused it was like the first one to die or the second one to die.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he oh no, might have been third one to die because he got stabbed and then came back. But yeah, no, they're usually never the last ones to die. But I do like that. Like I said, it would have been a nice like
GG, bro.
symbolic thing, nice little
Yeah,
symbolic
yeah.
thing.
Because I don't know if they're gonna set up for another one. They totally could. I don't
I
know how
mean,
it'd work because like half the family's dead, but
we'll get to the box office. Like you said, they pretty much doubled their money in the first weekend.
yeah. So
So
yeah.
they're doing great because it was originally it was supposed to go to HBO Max, and then they just were like, hey, the previews are doing really really well. Audience reaction is amazing. Let's just put it on in theaters, and I'm glad they did because they're making a crap ton of money now. So
Yeah.
good for them. Um, I was gonna expand on something you were talking about. Yeah, the kills, bro. So this movie's actually not as gory as the 2013 movie. I thought it was going to be,
Really?
but it's not, dude. 2013 Evil Dead. You need to watch it.
Mhm.
It is.
Dude, I just saw it was I can rent it on YouTube.
YouTube.
So
Do it.
yeah. Then I
Bro,
couldn't
it
find
is
it.
wild. I'm not the biggest fan of it. A lot of people stand by it. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I do like the premise of being in like a cabin. It's like cabin in the woods type stuff. But just it didn't really have like any. It didn't impact me like I feel like it should have. But no, it's stupid gory. This one's still gory though. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a scene where there's like
And
blood filling
I
up
love
an
that
elevator,
say, yeah.
which is such a good scene, by the way.
I looked it up. It was like, dude, they used like it was like 4,000 gallons
Yeah,
or something like that of blood.
which is it has to be like a tip of the hat to The Shining, right? Got to,
Something.
got to,
Especially
bro.
that elevator scene.
That's what I'm saying. So it was really cool, man. That scene was awesome. But just the moments like that, the kills were just so incredible. And
I love that hallway
and
scene.
you need that. Oh, dude, I think the
That's
hallway
why
scene's
I
probably
just
my
wish
favorite.
it was a little bit longer because like that was such a cool scene and it was just done right at in that one scene. I
And
was
you
like,
got that
damn.
one point of view from the little eye
the
hole.
peak hole, and that's what made it so cool because you're seeing people. It was almost like, at least for me, maybe it felt like a stage play because like you seeing people run
Yeah,
off in the sides, and then they're coming back, and it's like it was still, and that's something I love about theater is when the show continues off stage. So like their chase, even though we can't see it, is still definitely happening. You can hear it.
yeah,
The vibe of when they come back in, you can tell he's being chased. Like it was
yeah.
so cool. Yeah, I love those shots. And you don't ever see shots like that, really.
No, no,
You maybe
I
see like a shot, the generic shot of them getting right up in it. Like, are you there? Is somebody in there? You know what I
which we
mean?
got.
Yes,
Which
yes.
we got. But
They played with him more. Thank God.
it reminded me a lot of like Ari Aster. Like Ari Aster loves those types of shots. He loves to let scenes just play out from one point of
Mhm.
view, which I actually really like. It's really
Yeah.
interesting. And that's kind of the vibe I got from it. So I really like that. But yeah, just the kills overall, I really enjoyed. Um, I like the environment of it being in the apartment. I thought weirdly
Yeah.
felt isolated, even though you're in the city,
Because they were stuck. I liked that.
which is
That
very
like the
hard to
earthquake
do.
happened. They were stuck in the building, man. That was fire to me. Because it
Sorry.
leaves you with
Yeah.
that whole like you can't. There is nowhere to run. You know what I
There's nowhere to
mean?
run. There's nowhere to run, but also like it's almost like the comfort build the sense of comfort is right there as well. You're in the
Yeah, because
city,
you're
so
home.
you're one window jump away from like being on the street
Another. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right.
and running into the city and being fine. So I really it reminded me a lot of Scream 6, where like
Mhm.
you're getting killed, but that sense of comfort is right there. You're in the city. You know what I mean? I like that. It's almost like that
Yeah.
barrier of comfort is getting kind of broken into, which I like.
Yeah.
I like that feeling a lot.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. So yeah, the environment was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Let's see, man. I'm gonna go to my last pro for me, which is the special effects. I really like that they go more practical with these movies. You know me, when it comes to special effects, being a horror, I hate CGI.
Yeah, man.
It works in some, and sometimes you got to make it work.
Exactly in
But
some instances.
yeah, but when it's full of CGI, I can't stand it. Or when you're able to do practical effects, go practical. And Evil Dead movies have always stood beside that, and I love it. I thought the practical effects they weren't as cool as the 2013 movie, but it was really well done for what they're going for, and I like that they kind of stood by that because it's just 10
No, I
years
totally
later
agree.
after 2013, and they still stuck with the practical effects, which is awesome.
I think that's what honestly like really made the movie the vibe that it had. I feel like if there was so much CGI, we would have probably felt it was too cheesy or like
Yeah,
cliche.
which is
So
it's easy to do when you just have so much gore in a movie like this.
exactly.
You know,
So much score, so much money even. They could have done it. They
yeah,
really could have put a little bit in there, but
they did a
it's a
thing
good thing that
because
they didn't.
CGI is almost cheaper. You know,
Yeah.
when you're getting all this practical stuff, I don't know if it's cheaper necessarily, but it saves time. Definitely saves time.
Yeah.
In the actual production process, not post production, but production for sure. But yeah, man, I think that's all my pros. Do you have any other things you wanted to touch on?
Not really, man. We were just jiving there. I was in agreement of everything pretty much. Like I can't think of anything else that we haven't really touched on at least, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a fun horror movie. It's a fun
Yeah.
Evil Dead
This one
movie
was
that I
definitely a
think,
good refreshing movie.
yeah, and it's just a fun Evil Dead film. That's nothing special, but
Mhm.
it did what it needed to do. So
It was
it
sexy.
did its thing, baby. So now we're gonna go to our rating. We're gonna rate the movie out of a 1 to 10.
We're gonna rate this movie.
Brayden, I'll let you go first, bro. I'm trying to like, I don't know how I need to rate this one, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna do even actually.
I'm gonna give this movie 9.1.
9.1.
Yep.
Whoa, that's high. That's high. It's really high. Why'd you say that?
9.1 because I think they're really okay. You know, if we're gonna compare it to Oscar movies, it's obviously different. But when I'm looking in the realm of horror,
Okay.
my realm of horror, and I was actually talking to Joan about this, it's very different from a lot of people. Um, I think maybe it's in between the realm of an 8.9 and 9.1. It's somewhere between those 2 points because I feel like there's just really not a lot bad with it. You know what I mean? There's some annoying characters,
Yeah.
but everything else I really enjoyed. Was it now this movie that like super stuck out? No, but out of like horror movies that have come out this year, it's probably gonna go top three.
Whoa. That's big.
Probably will.
That's wow. You
It
actually
probably will.
you like this movie a lot more than what I thought you liked it.
It's
For
weird,
me,
dude, because we do like over the last few days. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I didn't like this film. Like when we were done and we sat down and we finished it. Like I was watching it, I was like, nah. Like in my mind, it was like a 7.8. It wasn't bad. I just didn't like. It was just didn't like pop to me.
yeah.
But then as we sit here and do these every week and we talk about them more and more, and I like
Break down the
really
pros
start
and
to like,
cons. Yeah.
then it's like it's hard to argue when you got like 20 pros and 2 cons. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like even like last week with Renfield, we got super nitpicky. You know what I mean? And I feel like almost this week we're not super nitpicky. Like there definitely was the same like one or two, but like almost like you're getting very nitpicky then towards after like that one or two big con
Right.
that we have. You know what I mean? It wasn't like something like no offense like Shazam, but like something like Shazam or like Ant-Man where we did have like multiple. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where we're
Yeah.
like,
Right.
I would probably say this is better film than Shazam.
Oh
Probably.
yeah, no, 100%, 100% better film.
100%.
Yeah, I'm 100%. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 7.8. I want to go 8 out of 10. But it's not really a movie I'm gonna come back to.
And
So I'm
because I
gonna go
think the other
7.8.
thing is
7.8.
you've seen the other ones, or you've seen the remake, and you know,
Yeah,
like you've seen a little bit of the first one.
yeah. Well,
So
another
there's
thing
like a
too
comparison
is
almost.
your initial disappointment. I think, like you said, was your expectation. You know, you watched the trailer and was like, "Oh my god, this is dope," which I did the same
Yeah,
thing. But then when you go back and you watch the remake, you're like, "Oh, okay, I know what I'm gonna get now."
yeah,
It's not the type of paranormal horror I'm into. If that makes sense.
yeah,
I'm more
yeah,
into the
dude.
ghosts. You know what I mean? The demon
Yeah,
type stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Which a
yeah.
franchise
That's where I feel
that's
like
in
the
my top
scare.
5 does better.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking about. Stop playing.
stop playing with me.
But yeah, no, there's our rating, man. Really fun film. Really enjoyed it. If you're an Evil Dead fan, go watch it. It's a very Evil Dead
You
movie.
really like it.
You will definitely enjoy for what it is. So appreciate y'all. Everybody that's watching the review on YouTube, love you guys, man. Get ready for some more reviews coming your way. Watch the full episode out now. Let's get it, baby.